Namah Shivaya. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvighunam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Namah Shivaya, Arsonist Fire, here on The Way of Dharma 108. Our topic for today is going to be varied amongst many things, including the upcoming solar eclipse, including some of the revelations that came to me through Devi Bhuvanesvari Ma. I greet you all in the glorious name of Adi Parashakti Devi Ma, which is the goddess, the divine mother. Om Shri Bhagalayai Namaha. So our topic today is going to be based on the solar eclipse. Many of you who are spiritual, of course, know about the upcoming solar eclipse. It is said that the eclipse is a time where there will be great revelations. With that being said, my assumption would be that it would be a day which would act as a catalyst to the upcoming revelations that would come during the duration of the year or during the course of the year. A solar eclipse is a conjunction of the sun and the moon, I'd like to think. So in this case, it would be a solar eclipse. There will be a lunar eclipse if it has not passed. So it's a very, very auspicious time for those who are in the spiritual path. The energy is evident and can be felt by each and every one of us, just like each and every one of us can feel the energy of the moon. So with that being said, I'd like to talk about that. Quite frankly, it is said that we shouldn't be doing any rituals by those who are fearmongers and those who want to keep in control of our spiritual activities. They say that it is a time where we will have a great energy which might not be digested easily. They say it is not a good time for manifestation because it might cause imbalances and any kind of superstitions that they mention. However, with my knowledge of Sanatana Dharma and the Hindu teachings, eclipses are a very auspicious time for sadhana because one, this is a time where we are able to achieve mastership or attainment of supernatural powers. It's a very, very great time to be chanting mantras. In the art of mantras, to be able to activate mantras, you need to have a certain number of recitations, starting from 100,000. During the eclipse, the number is dramatically reduced to 1/10 of the actual number of japs. If you are able to do 1/10 of the actual recitation of the japs, you are able to do what? To get supernatural powers or activation of a mantra in a short period of time. Simply do it during the eclipse, having water just up to your navel. And then you are able to do what? To attain such a power. It is a very, very auspicious time for us who are the followers of the secret wisdom, not those who are the followers of the religious wisdom. With that being said, the solar eclipse has proven to be a time of auspiciousness to those of us who chant mantras. I remember chanting a mantra during the lunar eclipse, the most recent one, which was last year. So with that being said, let's move on to the knowledge of Devi Ma, Shri Bhuvanesvari. One of the benefits of chanting the Bija mantra Hirim is that it opens your eyes to the illusion. For a while I was conflicted. I'm thinking maybe it's some old programming or old way of living that was trying to resurface and come out of my system with the recent happenings of my spiritual journey. So it caused a conflict in me because it didn't want to go finally. So what happened is that certain things were revealed to me during the course of chanting that mantra. I was able to see the illusion of how everything else in the world operates. There's certain karmas that restrict us from performing our level best. There's certain preconceived notions that limit us from tapping into our higher powers. One of which was holding me back. I was scammed at a young age in high school. So I have this perception that because of I felt the pain, I wouldn't want to do that to anyone. So the nature of thought or the nature of karma is to grow itself and multiply itself. So you end up not wanting to do the wrong thing until that fear, that karma, starts to restrict you from accessing deeper aspects or other aspects of your life. Because I was afraid to do the same thing to other people, it made me think and have some limitations about myself, especially with regards to the spiritual journey. There's people that I help so much with my services, basically. So with that being said, the common perception of the occult is to say that nothing spiritual should be given for a fee. Mind you, for a fee. So it should all be free as a service. So you see that mindset of being afraid to scam someone and being scammed, it restricted that portion of my life. You understand? So I started to restrict myself by closing off opportunities of actually making my life better through what I know, the spiritual path, basically. So the idea of offering services to people for a fee, spiritual services for a fee, it started to make me want to vomit. It started to disgust me. So when I chanted the mantra, I was able to see many things. I was able to see the illusions, the real from the fake. There's people who are also on the spiritual path. There's people who are also in power. The leaders of our world, they are in power. We allowed them to be there in power. That's another story for another day. So these people, when they speak to us, when they address us in such a way, let's not focus on the politicians and let's not focus on those who are in power, like real power. Let's focus on the influencers, because this is where I operate as well, because I'm being regarded as an influencer since I have a YouTube channel. So these influencers and celebrities, they live a certain lifestyle that they portray on social media. And I know this is common knowledge. However, these people, they capitalize on us, basically. They are able to have a livelihood because of us. And this was revealed to me. With that being said, the spiritual celebrities that we have nowadays, some of them, well, most of them, they just speak this knowledge without actually practice. So they give you a knowledge of something that they have no experience of. And they mix it up with their opinions and their perception and how they interpret life. This is a danger to society because some of us are extremists. When I see something that's inspiring and some advice about something, I want to pursue it because I love it passionately. So I decide to go out, all out. And this is why most of my videos don't actually trend or become viral. Because when I speak to you, I don't speak to you from a level of trying to capitalize on a certain trend that's been there. I speak to you because I think this is what you want to know or learn. So suppose for now, I'm capitalizing on this solar eclipse thing. I don't know much about solar eclipses. I don't know much about it. But here I am speaking about it and telling you what I know, which is what we do mantras in Hinduism. We do mantras on eclipses. That's it. I've done mantras during eclipses and I've done pranayamas during eclipses. I had no problems with that. So with that being said, these people, they have no experience of nothing whatsoever. But because of the influence that they have in social media, they are able to influence a certain portion of the population. Now, for those of you who are in South Africa, there's a guy we all know, DJ Sbu. It is said that he's been offered a job on a television show. But this guy, mind you, when asked about why he left friends like this and television shows like that, he said that he wanted to be independent because when you work for someone, you are doing what? You are working to make them richer and not yourself. So now this guy is turning back and accepting a deal from the broadcasting network, which is our South African Broadcasting. This person, to those that listened to him at that time, they were able to resign from their jobs. They were able to quit from their jobs. They took risks that put them in danger today. Some of them put them in debt. Some of them might have even went into stress and drugs. So as an influencer, you should be able to check how you address people, able to check how your words will have an influence in someone's life. It's these types of people that make me angry. The types of people that look like Bill Gates, the types of people that look like Warren Buffett, and those rich people like Tony Robbins and all that. One of the revelations, these top tycoon guys, American guys, of European descent. These people, they went all over the world and took everyone's wealth along with them and on their journey. So they did that to destroy and accumulate the wealth and attain the wealth for themselves. So now their grandchildren, they are coming back to us and telling us we shouldn't work for a living, while they own the industries, while they own everything, while they own the whole system. Of course, they don't have to work, but we do have to, because they took everything. So these people, they come to advise us, they give us billionaire quotes, and they give us encouragement about life from a skewed, obscured point of view. And then what do? We speak these words, we think that's wisdom. We put ourselves into trouble. Because the way to make it nowadays, it's either you become an influencer if you don't want to work for anyone. It's either you sell products, or it's either you become a dishonest person, which is always the case. Charging exorbitant prices for spiritual services, capitalizing on the weak, which is the system of capitalism. It went to a point whereby I was able to introspect and look at myself, to a point whereby I started to question my role in this life, my role as an influencer, as someone who's speaking to you. Do I want to be perceived as someone who is like those people? Do I want to lead the life of those people? For me, it doesn't feel right. But then again, the population, the way they are so dumb to a point that when you are somebody who thinks out of the box and thinks differently from them, it's almost inevitable to capitalize on their stupidity. So it's a certain dilemma that I had within myself. Anyway, ignoring that dilemma, I then came to this realization also. Nothing exists without capitalizing on something else, which are the laws of the Luciferians. In Luciferianism, it's survival of the fittest. So, if you are able to become wise in an age where somebody or almost everybody is stupid, it's almost a blessing, because automatically you become their leader. But then there's a line not to cross when dealing with such instances. With that being said, I don't know how to put it in words that would go into your mind and make you understand what I'm talking about, because I don't have the vocabulary to do so. So, with that being said, I'd like to end this video and conclude this video. And then, now, I want to offer you a very, very good product for those of you who are in South Africa. This is cow dung, packaged for you, made for you. This has so many benefits and so many uses. I think I'll do a video on it again. As I did the video last year, I managed to get a lot of views from that video. So cow dung is very, very powerful. Do email me for my WhatsApp number, and then I'll give you the instructions to purchase this. It's very, very cheap and affordable. Om Namah Shivaya, Asanast Fire, here on the Way of Dharma. I'd like to thank the elders, the ancestors. I'd like to thank the gods that you see behind me. I'd like to thank my higher self. I'd like to thank my ever persistent spirit for the practice of spirituality and knowledge of higher wisdom and higher secrets. Thank you. Om Namah Shivaya.